They weren't quite ready to ask for volunteers from the grandstand, but Sullivan Stadium fans stood ready just in case. Welcome to the Backup Bowl, where reserve quarterbacks are suddenly on the spot. Both the Jets' Pat Ryan and New England's Steve Grogan have been pressed into service because of injuries to starters Tony Eason and Ken O'Brien. Both Ryan and Grogan have started before, so it's not really that earth-shaking. But each of their respective coaches, especially Raymond Berry of the Patriots, are concerned that it could take a while for their stand-ins to shake off the cobwebs. The Jets have some excellent weapons to help their understudy. Lanky Al Toon is the NFL's leading receiver with 36 catches. And New York has shown it can run even without injured star Freeman McNeil. Number 34, Johnny Hector, has filled in admirably and will be an important contributor against New England. From Foxborough, it's a key AFC Eastern duel between two longtime division rivals. Once again, first place is on the line. From Sullivan Stadium, it's the New York Jets and the New England Patriots on the NFL Game of the Week. New England's defense is one of the toughest in football, so the Jets didn't try anything fancy on their first series. To allow Pat Ryan to get his feet wet, New York stuck with basic runs up the middle. Johnny Hector got the call, but Johnny wasn't able to get much yardage for his efforts. Hector earned every inch he could get as the Patriots played the run perfectly. The Jets got better results when Ryan went to the air. Once again, the calls were safe calls, with most of the action going into the short zone of uncomplicated pass routes. Ryan played mistake-free football, avoiding any hazardous throws and even running with the ball when nothing else was available. The efforts of the Jet passing game finally loosened things up for Hector, who would carry the ball 10 times on this first drive alone. From the 1, Hector concluded this marathon 17-play march with a short touchdown plunge, and the Jets had the early lead. New York had eaten up over 10 minutes on their drive, then got the ball right back when the Patriots failed to move. Quarterback Steve Grogan's timing was still a bit rusty, as he missed on 3 straight pass attempts. In fact, the Patriots' time of possession for the entire first quarter was a mere 23 seconds. When the Jets regained control, they went right back to their conservative strategy. Again, it was old number 34 up the middle. And this time the Patriots were especially eager to ram the heck out of Hector. Despite the enormous punishment he absorbed, Hector stayed in the game, getting an occasional breather when Pat Ryan continued to connect on his high-percentage throws. Tight end Mickey Schuler, number 82, made 2 big catches on the Jets' second series, turning a short pattern into the longest Jet gain of the day. As the second quarter began, Hector tried the left side without much success. But on his 15th carry of the half, he scored the Jets' second touchdown, capping another long New York drive. In an earlier loss to New England this year, the Jets totaled only 2 field goals. Now, early in the second quarter in unfriendly Foxborough, the New Yorkers already had a 2-touchdown lead. The Jet defense had seen about as much action as the well-heeled occupants of Sullivan Stadium's luxury skyboxes. And when New England got the ball for only their second possession of the game, they weren't able to do much with it. The Patriot offense wasn't moving, and it was obviously frustrating to them. In fact, their initial first downs both came by a penalty. The Jets were keeping Grogan from getting into any rhythm, and when the Pats did get off a good play, they punctuated the action with a self-destructive mistake. Number 27, Russell Carter, recovered New England's fumble, and the Jets were quick to capitalize. New York ran off another 5 minutes before settling for a field goal. It was an historic boot for kicker Pat Leahy. It marked his 20th consecutive field goal without a miss. Only the 23 straight by Washington's Mark Mosley is better. New York's lead was expanding by the minute as the shocked partisan crowd began to wonder what was happening to their team. When the Patriots got the ball back, they were still incapable of doing anything. Through the first 29 minutes of the half, they gained a dismal 12 yards in total offense. After another fruitless series, the Patriots relinquished the ball and New York promptly scored again. In fact, the Jets scored on every one of their possessions in the first half. Pat Ryan was not evoking memories of Broadway Joe Namath, but he was playing sound, smart football, gaining confidence with each play. On New York's final drive, it was the passing that made the difference. New England appeared to stop Ryan when nose tackle Brent Williams sacked him for a loss. It was the first time the Patriots got to Ryan all day, and it obviously left a painful message. But Ryan pulled himself together and went right back to the air. And with a little unintentional help from New England, the Jets were soon on the doorstep again. Cornerback Raymond Claiborne was flagged for interference, putting the ball on the 1. From there, Ryan found Mickey Schuler for yet another big catch and another Jet touchdown. It was Schuler's second touchdown of the season, and it gave New York a whopping 24-0 lead just before halftime. There was nothing fancy about the play, just a perfectly timed toss from Ryan to Schuler, who beat man-to-man coverage. The Patriots were really steamed now. They had dug themselves a hole and seemed incapable of doing anything about it. Finally, on their last possession, they got their first down without benefit of a penalty on a pass from Grogan to Stanley Morgan. It had taken them the entire half to accomplish this feat. Morgan's 44-yarder set the stage for another Grogan bomb, this one to Irving Fryer in the end zone. But the picture-perfect play had a less-than-perfect ending. Fryer dropped the ball, the first of several dramatic moments that would involve him in this game. And then the Patriots concluded a thoroughly awful half of football by missing a field goal. New England appeared to be dead in the water and the Jets were rolling. But the second half would be so radically different from the first that it was hard to believe it was the same game. The Jets would have to hang on by their fingernails as the Patriots mounted one of the most stirring comebacks of the season. Trailing 24-0, the Patriots needed the spark, and they needed it quickly. They got it on the opening kickoff of the second half when Stephen Starring, number 81, raced 52 yards to midfield to give New England excellent field position. From there, Grogan went to work, utilizing the short passing game to Stanley Morgan, number 86. Two Morgan receptions brought the ball inside the Jets' 10-yard line. But at that point, the visitors held, and New England reluctantly settled for Tony Franklin's field goal of 26 yards. The Patriots had finally put something on the board, and it appeared that they had added 6 more on the ensuing kickoff when the loose ball was scooped up by Mosi Tatupu, number 30, and returned 37 yards for a touchdown. But the instant replay was invoked, and it was ruled that the New York return man was already down when he fumbled, nullifying the recovery and the score. The blow was severe for the Patriots, but they rebounded on their next possession with their most important play of this divisional battle. Grogan's 44-yard touchdown pass to Stanley Morgan made the score 24-10 with just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and was the big play the Patriots needed to ignite a comeback. Morgan still has the speed to run by defensive backs, as he showed against the Jets' Jerry Holmes. It was Morgan's 7th touchdown of the year, and part of a day that would see him end with 7 catches for 162 yards, giving him close to 700 receiving yards in the season's first 6 weeks. The Patriots quickly had the ball back, and Grogan went right back to Morgan on a quick slant in. The loose ball was pounced on by the Jets' Russell Carter, number 27, and it appeared that the Jets had gained possession. But again, the instant replay was invoked, and the play was ruled an incomplete pass. No fumble, no Jets recovery. On the very next play, the Patriots hit on their second big pass play in less than 3 minutes. "69 yards from Grogan to Irving Pryor pulled New England to within 7 late in the third quarter, and suddenly and dramatically the Patriots had made it a game. Pryor was a hero for the moment. Sadly for the Patriots, that would change as the game neared its conclusion. One of the game's biggest plays was also one of its least conspicuous. This punt by New York's Dave Jennings to end the third quarter didn't seem too important at the time, but it went out of bounds at the Patriots' 6-yard line. And that, perhaps more than anything else, slowed New England's snowballing momentum. The Patriots went 3 plays and punt, and the Jets took over in period 4. Their offensive approach was simple and straightforward. We'll give it to Johnny Hector. You stop him. The Patriots could not stop Hector's quick, effective bursts, as number 34 carried 7 times in an 11-play, 63-yard drive that consumed nearly 7 minutes of the fourth quarter clock. The final play was Hector's. This 1-yard leap that increased New York's lead to 31-17. Hector's third touchdown of the game tied a Jets record and was part of an afternoon that would see him gain 143 yards on 40 tough carries, establishing a new team standard for attempts in a game. While Hector pounded out small bits of yardage on the ground, Grogan procured large chunks through the air. The 12-year veteran got the touchdown back in a hurry, completing 5 straight passes, the final one going to wide receiver Cedric Jones in the end zone. The Patriots had bounced back in a hurry. Jones' score cutting the Jets' lead to 31-24. Just over 5 minutes remained in what had become a very competitive game. New England had to shut down Hector and the Jets' running game to get the ball back for a final tying thrust. The Patriots' special teams did its part on the kickoff following Jones' touchdown reception. Rookie Mike Roos' hit left the Jets deep in their own territory. New York needed first downs and had hoped that Johnny Hector could continue his record-setting performance by grinding out enough yardage on the ground to keep the ball away from the explosive Grogan. This time, however, Hector could not find any holes in a Patriots defense that was responding to the challenge. First, Hector looked for daylight inside. Nothing. Then he tried to go wide. Again, there was no room to run. The defense had gotten the ball back in the hands of Grogan and the Patriot offense late in the fourth quarter, and there was no reason to believe that Grogan could not pull off a miracle. In his first start of 1986, the wise old pro had been sensational, particularly in the second half. He would finish this game with 401 passing yards, an all-time Patriots record. But now this game hung in the balance, and it came down to this one play with just over a minute remaining. Irving Fryar fumbled the ball following a gain of 31 yards that would have brought the ball deep in New York territory. Harry Hamilton, number 39, recovered for the Jets, and Grogan and the Patriots were denied an opportunity at the game-tying touchdown. The play was the biggest in a game of big plays, and it deserves another look for that reason alone. It was only fitting that Grogan, in the midst of his greatest individual performance in his 12 years in the NFL, did everything he could to make this busted play work. But then, unfortunately for the Patriots, the outcome was no longer in Grogan's hands. Even more unfortunate was the fact that the ball was no longer in Fryar's hands, and that spelled defeat for the Patriots. It was a frustrating afternoon for Irving Fryar. He produced over 120 receiving yards and a touchdown, but he also dropped a sure touchdown pass and fumbled twice, the last time assuring the Patriots of their third defeat of the 1986 season. On the other side, it was an exciting day for a reserve running back getting the chance to show he belongs in the NFL. Johnny Hector had the kind of game usually reserved for the likes of the Paytons, the Allens, and the Rodgers of the league. Now, no one is suggesting that Hector belongs in that category of greatness, but on this afternoon in New England, he was the leading man in the thrilling and hard-fought Jets victory. the final from Foxborough, the Jets 31 and the Patriots 24.